Hi guys, welcome back to the weird side of YouTube. I'm your host, author DC Knipe, and this is Manic Mondays, the update show, I guess. The videos where I tell you guys updates on my current projects and YouTube in general. So let's start updating you, I guess. As you can tell, I didn't want to make this video today. I don't feel good at all. But I needed to get something out there to, tell you guys what to expect. As you know, we just got out of spooky season, horror month, October, Halloween, whatever you want to call it. And I just released my horror novella, The Exorcist Acolyte. You can download it for free from my website, link in description. And you can see the book trailers here or here, either one. I'll have a link to the playlist. And I also did book readings for it, so if you prefer the convenience of audiobooks, this is more like just a series of videos that I'm reading. It's not like professional audiobook quality because it's just me reading. I'm not trained to do that. Writing is my forte, but I did it for you guys, so hopefully you can find some enjoyment in it. And I will have a link to that as well, either side. But with that out of the way, I am returning to my other project. This one I started before delving into horror, which was Fairytales Omnia Arcana. Now, it is going to be a little different than I had promised before. It is going to be dark fantasy this time around. There is going to be some elements of horror in it. It's not going to be Kingdom Heartsy or Final Fantasy-ish like I was going to do. It is very much going to be in the same vein of The Exorcist Acolyte. It is very going to be gory, dark horror in fairy tales. So look forward to that. The first video might be a prologue. It's not going to be like a downloadable novella or novel like I did for The Exorcist Acolyte. It's going to be a YouTube series and not one that I'm reading. It's going to have pictures like a storybook and maybe my voice, maybe someone else's, I'll have to see. But as you can tell, it's going to have a lot to go into it. So the first episode, I don't have a schedule for it. It's going to take a while. I do have some stuff made for it already, but we have a long way to go. So it's going to be a very large, overarching project, and each episode, story, fairy tale is going to be, in and of itself, sort of like an anthology. They are just going to take place in the same world, fantasy world. And I hope you guys are excited about that as I am. Now, with that being said, I do want to say we are not straying away from horror. Everyone that followed me because you enjoyed my horror, I'm still doing horror. It's just going to be fairy tales in a horror genre, if that makes sense. Still gonna have like magic, mystery, happily ever afters, maybe, depends on the characters, depends on the story, because not all original fairy tales have happily ever afters. And if you just know fairy tales from Disney, you probably won't understand that. But fairy tales are actually, in their original state, very dark and very unhappy. A lot of them are gory and horror stories in themselves. There's some that deal with literal cannibalism. So, yeah, and I am going to be talking about those. I'm very excited. I also have a series I'm planning on doing. I forgot what I'm calling it. But it's basically where I do a bunch of research on a certain fantasy topic, like, say, vampires, and I present it to you, like the history of the legend of vampires throughout different countries, different cultures, different kinds of vampires, and I'm very excited about that. And it's going to be a long-running series, obviously, about different kinds of mythological, fantasy, and horror creatures, so get excited for that, because I am. I'm also, as you know, currently trying to get back into my Let's Plays. I did have 3 Let's Plays going on at once earlier this summer, and I can't do that anymore. I'm only going to have 1 episode, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Odin Sphere Leitherseer until I finish that, and then it'll go back to Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and once I finish that, it'll go back to Final Fantasy X. With all that being said, there is not going to be a video every day. I do currently have a full-time job, thankfully, and I can't promise a video every day, but I can promise at least 1 to 3 videos a week, depending on what it is. There will always be at least 1 video premiering a week. Hopefully to 3. maybe sometimes 4 or 5, depending on how productive I am that week, but there will always be at least one video per week. And I'm sorry if that upsets any of you that just followed me, because I know a lot of people really enjoy the one video a day thing. And there were some days in October that I had multiple videos a day, but I can't do that anymore, not with a full-time job, and I'm already not getting enough sleep. So I do apologize for that, but that's just how it's going to go from now on, at least until, you know, my job, I lose my job, or like I start making money from YouTube, which I doubt will happen anytime soon. But because I am doing this just for fun at this point, I do eventually want to make it a source of income, but I know that's going to be a lot of hard work and a lot of time. But with all that being said, I do want to thank everyone for 130 subscribers. 130 subscribers. I feel like just last month I was doing 100. And I just made 30 subscribers in a month. That's insane. I have not had that much level of growth in a while. So I really want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Everyone that's liked and shared my videos for my newest writing, The Exorcist Acolyte, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. I also want to give a special thanks to Mindy, my best friend, Mindy Kirby, aka lelo.lotus on Instagram. I'll have it written down here. She is the one that did the art for The Exorcist Acolyte, the cover art, and she did a fantastic job, and I could not have done that. That's amazing. I love her work. Everything she's ever made, I've loved. She's amazing, and I'm not biased, I promise. If she sucked, I would tell you she sucks, but that's just not the case. She's a really good artist, and she is an aspiring tattoo artist. And give her a follow, Lelo Lotus on Instagram. I don't know if she has any art up there yet. She's recently, like, started making new art, so hopefully she'll have something up for there. But yeah, I think that's about everything I wanted to cover. I do have a couple videos that I need to make. One does have to do with Exorcist Acolyte. As you know, I have a series called Between the Lines, which is kind of like a behind the scenes, but it's between the lines about my writing. That's also gonna have the story of how I lost my religion of Christianity in it. So if you have, I know I've promised a Teddy Bear Talks video of that, but I think it's better suited as a Between the Lines video for Exorcist Acolyte, because I have a whole story about it, so that I wrote. So yeah, I look forward to that. I also have, as our first official Fairytales themed video, is going to be my book review of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and I have been done with that novel for like 2 months now. But I have been writing the script, so I have not abandoned Alice. She is going to get her full book review. And I think that's everything I wanted to say. If you enjoyed the videos of Theodore talking, I am going to have a few videos of him talking here and there, if I can. I don't know if I can. It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's hard work, but it's not. I just don't remember to make him speak. So I am going to have him talk in, I think, Teddy Bear Talks, which is one of the reasons why I don't want to do the losing my religion story as a Teddy Bear Talk story, because from now on, I want him to have opinions and like say things in Teddy Bear Talks with me, like disagreeing with me or having his own thought process or whatever. And I just don't think a video as serious as losing my religion is going to, like, you know, gain anything from having a teddy bear talk about losing his religion or whatever, because he never had one. He's fine. What religion would a teddy bear have? But I think that's everything I wanted to say. Yeah, I love you guys, and I hope you're as excited for the theme of fairy tales, dark fairy tales, as I am. I'm very excited to get started writing and make videos for you guys, and I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.